Hello! So, this is my second video, so welcome if you're watching this. And what I have done previously, oh, by the way, yeah, I'm just a dude that draws. I go by Reagan, if you really want to know. And this is a project I'm doing for a client. I'm taking their family and putting them into some sort of fantasy setting. And they wanted to be angels. So I didn't bother drawing the wings because these are very basic, just layout concepts for right now. And the father, came back and said they really liked this second one right there. And he really liked the youngest one having these like magical gauntlets. When she was younger, she had these big Hulk fists that she loved playing with. So he really liked that idea, keeping that theme in here. He likes the idea of having a great sword, big, huge sword, and then the mother, also wants some sort of long sword. And she didn't say great sword, so I'm gonna do a couple variations where maybe she has a shield, kind of like how I did here. They also really liked having a horizontal layout, and that's why there's 3 different sizes here. And now I gotta go take care of a noisy dog. All right, I'm back and ready to draw after being so rudely interrupted. So they really like the second layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this layout and make 3 new variations. And what I'm probably going to do on each one is actually spread these characters out a little bit. I might still keep them to the right side of the page, and that way I can put maybe something on the left if they decide they would like something to fight, or just a little creative, artistic experimenting. So who knows? All right, that said, I'm going to go into Photoshop, where I already have the layouts. And since that first one already gave the details on the sizes, I'm not going to worry about keeping that documentation. But I will keep the guidelines. So what I want to do is make sure I have this correct color. That should work just fine. So up here, I'm going to zoom in. Do I want it like that? Yeah. Okay. In fact, I want the brush just to be a little bit smaller. Maybe something like that. Okay, let's put have them tilted. Not so. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to start over. My eraser's too small because I actually want to zoom out from this just a little bit and move him down just a little bit. Uh-oh, dogs are playing again. Okay, his neck. just doing stick figures. That's not where I want that. Will he stop? No. Apparently not. Alright, I guess I better go take care of another dog problem. Okay, I'm back, and hopefully with a second toy crisis averted. Alright. Let's get that in there. Not liking that, actually. Oh, I know what's bothering me. I don't want the hand that high. Or that hand. So. Something like that, something like that. No. No. I'm still doing it wrong. Okay. Shoulder, shoulder, elbow, hand, back like that, hand. It's going to be on the opposite side of the face. That's fine though. Actually, nope, 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 nope. Smaller head. There we go. Which means smaller brush. There we go. That's what I want. Something like that. Hand. Arm. Arm. Hand. Should this go down a little bit? Maybe, maybe. I think so. In fact, man, I am messing all this up. Let's tighten down the eraser. As I'm putting my arms actually in the position I'm thinking about, this arm is going to drop and come across kind of like that. It's still his shoulder. Boom. Boom. Now the hands will come over to this side. And so his other hand is going to be approximately there. And so the sword will still be something like that. Boom. So if there's the right leg will be forward actually. Something like that. Let's see. I'm going to keep everybody in somewhat of the same position as that last one. Actually, I've drawn her the wrong way. Okay, there's his foot, right? Doesn't actually matter because we're probably going to put her over. In fact, we're going to spread her out. Right? So, we want her head right about here, I think. Yeah. Oh, and the air conditioner just kicked on. It's freaking... Shield? Let's see, the arm would come out like so. And then down. And something like that, maybe? I think so. She wanted a long sword. Let's see how she likes that. Boom, boom. Would her leg come up like so? And that one go that way? In fact, it'd actually be more like that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to change his stance to be more like so. Except they are angels, so they would fly. So... something like that. Clean this up a bit. Knee, foot, knee. Keep going that way. Oldest daughter would spread her out and put her this way. Make her head. Actually, I keep her fixed this way, actually. Something like that. Little girl with the gloves. Let's give him some feet at least. Let's do it this way. That head is way too big for a little girl. Something like that. Big old fist. It's going to come out. And it's not going to show up real great here, but ooh, that looks bad. We can exaggerate. So right off the bat, I see some things that I don't like. I'm going to grab this lasso tool, and I'm going to select the oldest daughter, and we're going to just move her a little bit more off this way. I like that. It works. I'm going to go back to the lasso tool. Why do I not remember the hotkey? L. Of course. Okay. Pick the youngest daughter. Move her farther to the left. Deselect. And I am going to move Faja 2. Oops. Be a little to the left as well. That's a little bit more spread out. And I think still works pretty darn well. Okay. And I didn't check my layers before. I'm technically on the wrong layer. So let's just flip this one around. We're going to put this on the bottom here for future use. Alright, I'll move to the second layout. And let's see, this time I think what I might do is draw Faja like right here. Actually, his stance is going to be, okay, well, actually his spine is still going to be like that. His torso, more like this. Okay, broad shoulders. So his arm is going to come out kind of like that. This arm is going to come down like this. So that's him. Oh, dogs are ready to come inside, but I'm not ready to bring them inside. And then, so he's something like that. Let's put Mom up here. Something similar, but maybe she's going even faster, so she's going to be leaning some more. And let's do something like that, maybe. Ooh, let's give her a curved blade. I wonder if she'd like that. And still have her turned slightly with a shield, and it's just going to be more out. Let's do a round shield. Something like that. I kind of like the pose. I'm thinking about that for the kid. Oh, she could throw a spear, the oldest one. How would we want to? first. Torso would be faced more this way from a strong throw. Pelvis would be kind of centered. Face would be that way. Hand would be already back. And that hand. This leg would be up. She's floating, so I don't know that it would matter. Something like that. Oh yeah, now let's put an arrow. Right. And now we've got a spear. Which, that close? It should actually be pointed more up. Whoops. That, I mean, that is more, but it's not something like that. In fact, let's do something like that. Out. Ooh, and what if we actually had the child so something like that, where she has her arms straight forward, these big old gauntlets. Maybe she did like a Hulk clap or something, and sends out a huge shockwave. So before I move on to the third one, there's some things I think I want to change with some of these layouts. One, I want this pose to be more dynamic. So let's something like that. Wait. So if you're jumping, I think this leg might actually be fully extended. So I take that back. Let's just erase that leg, which the eraser should be a little bit bigger. Maybe not that big. His knee, then his foot will come something like that. have that head. This body is way too big. Oh, something like that. Yeah. I think I'm going to change this a little bit and have her sword. So she's still going to have a shield. But her arm is going to come up like this. Back like that. Let's get rid of that. And now that sword is going to do something like that. Let's make a straight sword. Right. Okay. The more I look at this, I don't really care for the spear being thrown. So, in fact, because we gave Mom a shield up here, let's switch it around. And let's change eldest daughter to be a shield and spear holder. Let's go ahead and just erase the shield from up here. You can still have her kind of leaning into combat. Something like that. See her arm. Still come like that. Boom. Let's do something like that. And the arm is going to flare out, of course, and then come back in. Actually, it's going to flare out that much. Actually, it might. Let's just test it out. After all, that's what half of drawing is. It's just being like, oh, this didn't work. Well, first of all, torso. Knee, foot. Does that work? Or as actually, again, I'm going to have to probably go and do some jumps to see if I'm doing this correctly. Because this might, no, the leg might do something like that. Knee, and then I'd probably come in like this actually. Foot. Yeah, I don't like this. I think something. Goes straight. Maybe. Comes back in some. Oh, you know what? I think this needs to be more of a side view, which means the legs are going to be... Okay, so if this is a side view, that's going to be her spine. Torso up. So, arm has the shield, and then shoulders kind of scrunched up. Elbow's going to come back some, but then right back forward, and spear. In fact, that spear is probably going to actually end up being more like this, closer to the body. And maybe even, let's just make it a big shield. Okay, hip. I'm not really sure that it matters, but for the sake of argument, let's just the closest leg will go straight as other leg does something like that. That figure is way too large too. I am not liking what I'm sketching. And I wonder if it'd make more sense if maybe the little girl pounded sand. And I don't mean that she goes away. Maybe she's hitting the ground and flinging up a bunch of stuff. It's a thought. It's not a good thought necessarily. It may not be a bad one. Same thing with this though. Change up this. That leg is going to go straight. Knee gets cut off, but now, what about Mom? Let's make it that she is holding her sword with two hands. Alright, so she's going into combat. And maybe she's got okay. What if so let's say she's holding the sword, Actually, it would not be up like that necessarily. Come out something like that. And so the sword, let's give it keep it a curved blade for now. And then her other arm just came out, and she has a free hand. Again, I don't like that it goes too much up. Something like that. Knee, foot down there, something like that. And I am going to change this one more time because I'm going to go for a more dynamic pose where do I want to keep it back here? Maybe not. How do I want to do this? So I want her to be more engaged in the combat, where she has her shield more up. Oh, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, I am going to change him just a bit to be also a little bit more dynamic. He is going to be really leaning into this. Arm comes across, back up like this, arm like this. So now I don't know, whatever. Which means his torso is going to be more like that. Right. Man, this will look a lot better once I actually start putting shapes over these things. I don't know what I'm doing. Neither of those legs should be longer. No, that's going to be showing a lot of. I'm thinking of a pose, but it's going to be showing a lot of her back, and I don't want to do that. Oh, you could do something similar to the mom, except the mom is going to be facing much more forward. Oh, you know what? I like that. So let's something like that. So mom is like that. So shoulder. So maybe a slight twist to her torso. And then daughter will be not as much, but I don't want the sword getting in the way. So dad's probably gonna have to move. I think I might start over on this second layout because I keep looking at it and I think I can do a lot better. I'm going to back out a little bit so that each character is in view, and doing this the long way, I could just whoop. Ooh. Delete. Okay. Get rid of that. Back out. Actually, and now that I'm looking at it, I want to correct this a little bit. Elbow. Gauntlet fist. Wind up. Gauntlet fist. I don't want that block in her face though. So I have to play around with that. This is not a bad layout. I don't know why the others are giving me such trouble. But let's go on. And the dogs are starting to play. So it might get a bit noisy. Alright. Let's redo this. I think I liked the father being, well, let's just zoom in some. Right about here. Shoulders like that. Let's see his spine. Kind of do that. Torso. Hips. Hips maybe more like that. Leg goes out like so. There's his foot and his knee. Something like that. I like that better. Just that slight variation. This arm will actually drop a little bit. This arm, full shortening. Something like that, except I'm going to move him down a little bit. So, lasso tool. Well, actually, I don't need a lasso tool. I need this tool. Control D. And now back to my brush. And I'm going to draw the sword a little angle like this. Oh, there he goes. Shoulders a little too. Should be more like that. In fact, I think that arm is still too high. Yeah, that looks better. Knee, knee. You know what? It might not look bad to have husband and wife have similar poses. So let's say she's also wielding two-handed. And let's say she's also... Okay, so if we put her up here... Similar poses, not the same poses. So she also is flying into combat. Let's say she has one shoulder higher up, and well, we want to see her sword. So that, I hope that dog gets a little bit calmer. Doesn't sound like it. I'll be right back. Another crisis averted. Okay, let's get back to this. Alright, so we want to see her sword. So, maybe she's got hers in kind of a lower ready stance. So, which means this arm is going to come down closer to like that. And across. So I don't know if she wants a huge great sword. But that sword is going to look, that's going to be the, so, oh, you know what? If we move this hand closer back here, and which means kind of like him, this arm is going to come in like this, or maybe like this. I still like showing off a curved blade. The curved handle. But if it's curved that way. They both want flaming swords, which is pretty cool in my opinion. That flame is going to look kind of weird with it angled that way. So let's, we could draw it the other way, where keep the spine, but kind of like this. Her arm, I don't know if she'll want her back showing though. And actually, I don't think she will. So she still wants the front. Oh. Maybe it should be. Nope, nope, nope. I don't like that. Well, let's just start sketching it out, seeing how it'll look. Why won't it do that? There we go. Let's do shoulder blades right there. No, don't like that either. Ew. I don't like anything. I'm dying. Ow. Why did I ever want to be an artist? I'm regretting all my life's decisions at this point. You know what? Just for the heck of it, let's put them in similar positions. Well, her shoulders are not going to be as... Now, actually, her arms can come up a little bit more. Now, who cares if they... boom, boom. In fact, I'm going to change the sword orientation to more like this way. Now, that means arm is going to come down even a little bit more. Elbow should be about right there, actually. Ooh. Why aren't you erasing? Elbow for hers right there on that arm. I don't think that looks bad. He's going to be bulkier, but that should be fine. That might look okay. So I got a thought. Little girl over here. What if... So what if we drew... I'm not sure I want the clapping. Oh, but maybe I do. Like a big, huge power clap. Kind of like Hulk. Or some sort of punch in the air or something that kind of... Let's see. Let's see if that's her spine. Little hips. And then small torso. And head. Actually, I want it to curve even more. And maybe why did I draw her shoulders so big? How do I want to do this? Straightforward? Maybe. Maybe. And then big ol' hands. Well, not actually hands, but gauntlets, but still. And let's say some sort of almost like a beam, a little shockwave or something like that. Maybe even some twirls. No, that looks stupid. Go back to that. And then beggar twirly. Or did I draw that backwards? I'll turn it around real quick. Actually, that probably could have stayed, but because if something shot forward real fast, the shockwaves would be bigger on this side. Something like that. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Okay. And then, I'm going to look at this for a second. Yeah. Okay. Before I move on to the oldest daughter, I think I see something I don't like as much. I'm going to redo his arm. Let's see. His right hand should be about right there. His left hand should be about right there. Something like that is better. Long hilt. Big sword. Something like that. Now, I really want to give her a spear. I was about to say spield and shear. Shield and spear. What if we... This would be more like that. That's going to be her spine. And she's holding a spear like that, and that spear is going to be like that. And of course that's not straight, but I think we get the idea. And it doesn't have to be that long, because it's probably not going to be that long. But she comes in like that. Hand is actually going to be more like that. I was going to have it up overhead. I think, though, I might want it. Yeah. Come on, draw. There you go. Well, my pen doesn't want to work. Something like that. That might work. I wonder if I should not replace, but move her forward. I'll wait on that for now. Okay, for the last layout, I think what I want to do is put the dad up front. There it goes. Like so. But I'm going to have... Let's see if he's going forward. So this arm is going to go almost straight out. And this one is also going to go out and then almost. In fact, I'm going to make this one come back up some. And that will make his sword do something like that as he prepares to swing. Oh, and the hilt is actually going to be like that. That would be actually a pretty cool view of the sword if it's a badass sword, which I plan on making, but plans never work out, so. Let's see, which means kind of like that. I didn't get him connected. What? That'd be a weird picture. But actually, now that I'm looking at that, his hand placement is incorrect, which means that hilt is going to be moved as well. Because this arm isn't going to look exactly like that. It's going to come for shortening again. It's going to come like that, like that. So that's where that hand placement is going to go. And this one also comes kind of in front of the body. And so it's going to come like that, which means now something like that. Actually, the shoulder is going to be raised. So it's still going to come out kind of like that. Something like that. I think that works. Let's draw the mom next. Let's draw her. Again, I kind of like that they're in similar motions since they have similar swords. In fact, we're going to give her a great sword as well this time. See how she likes that. Let's do her something like this. There's her torso. She's going to be more forward facing. Why did I make that so big? She's a smaller woman. Boom, boom. There's one shoulder on that side, one on that side. Let's make elbow comes across, but it's going to be near her hand is going to be near the shoulder. This arm is going to come up, back down, so right about there. That is so messy. I'm going to Control Z a lot of this. Control Z. Or if you're somewhere else, it's Zeta. Control Zeta. Or Z. That's what it is. Okay. I don't know why I did that accent, but did. And I immediately apologize for it. Okay. So, same thing though. Shoulder, arm comes up, hand is placed there. Let's give her a straight sword this time. The hilt is probably a little too long. Maybe we still want it to be long though. Let's say she has one knee forward. One leg back. That actually looks like she's running on the ground. So let's. Oh, and we can extend this leg back, other leg back a little bit further if we need to, if my pen would draw. Let's put the, you know what? Let's just go in the line of age. Let's go ahead and put the teenage daughter up here. And I think I'm going to give her, let's do 2 short swords. And let's see, do I want... Do I want both hands back? I'm going to think about this for a sec. Okay, let's put her about here. And you're going to bring down that part of the head a little bit lower. Shoulders on that side. Arm goes out. Something like that. Ooh. Let's just play around with short swords. Let's see. Do I want the blades kind of forward? Maybe, although... Something like that, and her other arm's going to be kind of like that. Except no, the other arm's still going to come down some. That's similar on the other side. In fact, it's a little bit too parallel. That blade should probably go out more. Like that. And then, what's going on here? Come on. Going on with my computer. Something, come on. It's lagging. What is going on? Alright, let's just hit escape a few times. No, it's not fixing anything. Okay. Well. Okay. somehow. I don't know why. All right. Let's put that in like that. Now, small fry. In fact, you know what? I'm going to actually move her a little bit. Boom. V. Up here. Go back to my brush. And now, I think for the small one, I want her to be propelled forward like she's being rocketed into the battle. Like this. So head, neck, the fists up. No, they'll probably come to her sides. Well, let's go ahead and save it. Okay. So that's her elbow. Fists come back, and what is going on with my cursor? Also, I'm going to move her forward. Or do I want to? Is this good placement, actually? I might like it kind of like that. And you know what? No. Because if she's being rocketed forward, I want to show some of that power. In fact, maybe she hides. No. Right about there. Okay. I kind of like that. And I think the next step is just going over this and making them all look like robots. As soon as I switch brushes. Okay, let's draw some robots. First, let's get on the right layer. Let's pick up a. Let's go with that color right there. Oh, hey, get on the brush. Zoom in. And let's tone down the size of that brush. Okay, let's start drawing. Ooh, you know what that is? Oh, you know what? What's going on here? I don't have, and I want it. I don't have the transfer. There we go. And that's better. There we go. Yeah. Let's do the face like that. Little kid's face is going to be a little bit more rounded. center. Something like that. Elbow. I'm gonna have the elbow out hit there. Okay, okay. Something like that. Those shoulders need to be higher up. Yeah. Which means that face needs to be more over here. Bigger face, too. Actually, I'm going to throw the arm out just a little bit. And it's going to be angled a little bit like that. And this arm needs to, that hand actually needs to be more over here, like so. I think that's actually too high, so I'm going to, well, also going to tone down the size of that eraser and sharpen it up a bit. Now, yeah. that either. Okay, shoulder. Let's do this again. Arm goes out. I like that so far. Okay. Like that. So that means that goes down like that. So I don't want. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, here we go. So, hand, which means the gauntlet will be something like this. Okay. Alright, let's move on to Dad. Nick. Ooh, I'm not sure I'm thinking correctly. Alright, this would go something like that. That would go something like that. Oh yeah, let's give her ears. Is that right? Something like that. That would go down like that. This. Okay. 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 I gotta think. Okay. So this would be something similar. Well, and I'm thinking too much about individual muscles and how they're gonna fit. I don't need to do that right now. The dogs is playing. All right. Woo. Okay. It would come down like this. That would be up like so. Something like that. Okay, that's gonna make that. Done like that. Like that. That. A little bit wider, but so now. I think that's right. Nope. No, that's not. That doesn't look right. Hold on. Let's do some of the leg work here. Ankle. This would come down like so. Back of the leg. Something like that. Something like that. I remember, okay, there's a hamstring. I have to go look at the hamstring because it's something like that. is that joint where all those muscles come back, kind of like that. Oh, I never drew his knee, so it should be right about there. Boom. Oh, shucks. Okay. Let's have his foot go something like that. So we got the heel about the same size. Bends in like so. Foot like so. And then this does something like that. So that's his knee. Does that. I need to practice more drawing people's backs. If there's a part that comes up like that. Alright. First of all, it goes like that. No, I got the basic idea down. Okay. Let's give a quick rendition of what this sword could be. Like that. Alright, so just gripping it up here. That hilt could be so something like that. And then comes up. Let's make that look a little bit more epic. Maybe it comes out like that. And back down. Same thing over there. Maybe it's got a jewel or something in it. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's get rid of that. Control Z. How did it do that correctly? Yeah, because there's going to be that front muscle. Actually, something like that too. Because that muscle has a clear definition from back. I think the muscles do something like that. Oh well, it's enough information that I think we get the point. Although, I think there's just a small muscle like that. I just want to practice getting it. Yuck, that's ugly. All right, let's go on to mom. All right, we have oh, is that? Yeah, it's about the same size head. That works. High shoulders. That's turned the wrong way though. Let's see. That the center of her body is right there, which means okay. Let's get everything pointed up. Yeah. That looks way better. Although, if she's pushing off for the legs, here's something that, and I think this makes it look more dynamic as well. Is okay. You got this part, you got that part. So that part's like that. This part's gonna be like this though. which means then you get kind of this thing. Okay, so that's okay. In fact, I should have actually drawn the cage already, because now that is going to look more like that. It kind of gets cut off, but we can fix that later. Which that needs to turn too much to the outside. Should be more like that. Let's try a little bit more down though, and that way it can come up. Yeah, I like that better. Forearm. I'm gonna raise that up actually. I'm gonna put up like that. No, I'm gonna keep it down like it was. Just don't like that hand placement. Because if this is the top right here, Did we give her a straight sword in this one? Yes, we did. So let's keep it that way. Do a little bit of foreshortening. You know what? Let's kind of make these like bird wings or something. I don't know. Okay. Blade. Be a straight blade. Oops. That's actually turning into a great sword as well. Let me back it up a bit. Not sure we want that long. Uh-oh. This one actually should be pretty easy. Okay. So we want our facing torso that way. Hip pretty much straightforward. Head all the way to the left. Shoulders don't need to be big. Let's see the finger. Whoops. Ooh. Guess you gotta do your claws. And then kind of a fist. Well, first, let's just get to a little more of this hand, right? Oh, that looks so disgusting. Oh, let's just do basically mitten shape with one finger. Like that. And a thumb sticking out like so. And I gave her long legs. Maybe I should shorten them up. I don't know. Let's just keep them for right now. Oh yeah, I made those legs too long. Okay. That's better. No, I'm not sure like that though. Because what if they came out? There we go. I think I like that better. Oh, let's get that arrow. Yeah. That's a very cartoon arrow, but it gets the point across, if you know what I mean. I immediately apologize for that comment. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alright. Alright, let's get started on this next one. So, alright, let's start off. Same thing. Ooh. No, doggy, no. Okay. Arms. Let me make those arms a little bit smaller. Wow. Well, guess I better go take care of a dog. And I hope that is the last I've heard of him for a while. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. something similar on the other side. Is that right? Oh, okay, that's the front. Something like that, except... No, don't need to worry about that right now. Sonic boom. Yeah, I don't like those. Not at all. Kind of like the original sketches, so let's just kind of improve upon that. We could do beam. That's almost kind of like that. No, don't like that. I like it better when it was straight. let's move on to Mama. Actually, that should be a center right there. Okay, so if the elbow is right there, we need some for shortening. That looks a little weird, but I'll go with it for right now. Something like that. I like it. I like it. Actually, that is... Whoa. Where's my eraser working? That should be like here. That is not in proportion. So, do a little bit of correcting, but again, sketching, not that big of a deal. Still don't even know which layout we're going to go with, so... Shorten up everything here. Knee. let's bring that up some. Back down. Heel should be right about there. Yeah, that probably works for now. All right. Similar thing. I don't know why I'm starting with the torso and everything, but yeah. I'm messing all this up big time. A little bit more. Ooh, what if we make this a really thick blade? Almost like a bastard sword, or not a bastard sword, a buster sword. Like Cloud's buster sword. Kind of like the idea of that. In fact, let's do that right now. Okay, that doesn't look quite right, but maybe if I slant this down some more, it's better. Oh man, that's stupid looking. But it gets the point across, I assume. Golly. Let's get a little bit better angle on this. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Again, I made that. Yuck. That's the, okay. Heel. Actually, no. You can see that heel from the inside. Not necessarily from the outside like that. Yeah. I'm not sure I like this. I might have to come back and redo it, but right now, just need to get information down on the page. Ay, ay, ay. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Don't like that at all. Ooh, that's a really bad pose. I'm probably going to try to fix that. All right. This one may be the easiest of them all. Something like that. Okay. Tilt the page. I'll back that off and put it more like maybe something like that. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see. Pardon me. All right. What am I trying to do here? Something like that, and then that part comes down like that. And then the toes. That looks a little weird. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yucky. I'm terrible. Oh, I wish I was an artist. And so I didn't have to draw this crap. Okay. Did I put both? I did. Let's see. Alright, let's try to fix this. Got the information on the page. You know what? I think one thing that will help is I don't like that leg. I don't like this entire leg. I think it needs to be... I did that skeleton wrong. That knee should be like right here. Let's see how that works. Boom, boom, and then his leg should just, oh, it's for shortening. I think it looks better, but man, I still don't like that. It's this. That's the center, which means this leg needs contact like that, and then go around like this. Yeah. All right, I'm going to be looking at this for another minute, for a little bit, and then I will get started on this third one. Okay, third one. Let's just move on to it. All right. Back of the head. All right. This clavicle should be right about there. All right. Okay, this hand will be over like so. this one, his hand goes over. Thumb still on this side. Elbow. Concepts. That is yuck, but doesn't got to be perfect. Ribs. What on earth is bugging my dog? Actually, this will come up like this. Like so. Okay. This need, let's foreshorten this, need some more like something like that. So that will be up here. Hi, doggy. See if I do this better. Ooh. Yeah, don't know if that's really all that better, but that foot's way larger than his head. That can't be right. Let's tone that down. Although, maybe I should ask him, hey, is your foot larger than your head? Because then that might be accurate. Okay. And again, his foot shouldn't go back that far, really, but something like that. Whoa! Accidentally. Whatever. It works. Let's rotate. I really don't feel like stopping this video to try to quiet that dog down. But she don't shut up. I'm not going to make y'all suffer through it. Actually, heel should be more visible on that side. Something like that. Okay. On to the mother. Torso is going to be faced more out. And oh, I forgot to draw his sword. Let's go back and do that. Okay. Simple. Well, we can make it flare out a little bit at the end. Let's see, we already have a straight guard, I believe. Come on. What are you doing, Photoshop? Wow. Quite a bit of a delay there. Actually, I don't. I mean, that one is, but I don't think it looks the same. So let's actually make this one kind of... just kind of simple. And that part's going to be hidden back there. Let's actually have it flare out some. Come up. Personally, I like to have the little guards on them. On it. Like that. Okay, so that's going to come that up. So it should come out about there. We could actually have a hole in the blade. Some people like that. actually kind of looks a little weird. Oh, you know what? I'm going to change something up here to make this like it's a cutout. Like, not a really practical blade at all, but what if it was kind of like that? Or even better. I'm going to erase that, and I'm going to erase that, because let's extend this out a little bit. That looks really kind of stupid as a rough sketch, but I think it might look pretty cool later if I actually had spent time to make that look cool. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just an idiot trying to do things. Do we want these to curve a little bit? Maybe. Oh, look at this some more. I don't really like that part right there. In fact, what happens when we just... Excuse me. Don't like that. Looks weird. Yep, guess I'm gonna have to go take care of a dog. And I don't mean to shoot her. Just maybe give her a little Benadryl. JK, never do that with the dog. Let's do some bubbles. This just doesn't look right. So that's about it. What if we flared it out up here too? I've been visited by my dog, and now she seems calmer. I like that. Well, that only worked for a few seconds. Anyway. Okay. Arm's coming down like that. Arm is coming like that. Yuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to erase his arms. That's a messed up hand. Ugh. I can't believe I drew that. That's bad, even for me. Alright. So that's the hand. That's where her elbow really should go. So... Oh man, this is looking deformed. I do not like this. What the heck, man? Fail. I'm tired of being a bad drawer. You can't just be good like everybody else. Which means this arm is sticking up too much. Because her arm should not be that. It's like right there. Okay. That's a little bit better. And there's no way her torso should be over here, the way I drew that. Alright. I'm going to erase her because I need to, one, make her just a little bit bigger. She's too small. Okay. Let's see about this. Oh, that torso is just way too big. That's one. Well, and I can make the head bigger. In fact, it could work just because she is technically in front of him, so she might appear just a little bit larger than she is. Oh, and I think I placed her hand farther up. So her arm should actually be coming across. That's actually fitting better. Yeah. Let's also give her kind of a straight blade as well. Look at that. Let's just zoom out for a second. No, not liking that. Well, kind of. I kind of do, but I mostly don't. I am liking how her hand is doing that, so I will keep that part. Let's make that a little bit more. Well, except that her arm shouldn't come like that. Boom. So, knee will stick out kind of like that. Yeah, that makes more sense for her heel to be there. That's, yeah. Okay. Something like that. Heel. Foot. Her actual toe is more like that. I'm just trying to get the shapes down. It's going to be more of a side profile of the foot. I mean, it's something like that. So I'll probably work for now. After all, let's say they go with, well, any of these layouts. I'll be redrawing the layout, making it better anyway. These are just sketches that I take way too long on. Hold up. That knee should be up here. So, we are getting carried away. which means that will actually come over like that. Calf. This foot. I wonder if I made that long leg enough. That long leg enough? Wow. What have I been drinking today? I thought it was just some soda. Oh, that's better. Um, same kind of thing. Her leg should be longer. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Yeah. But actually, wait. What I said earlier, it's just a sketch. We won't care too much about that now. Okay, heel. Okay. We got that part of the foot like that. It's going kind of out, but I think that's fine. Like the top of the foot should actually be that though. So like the center of your there. Okay. I'm actually going to change this up a little bit. I'm going to pretend. Hey. Why is it? There it goes. Okay. Because I want to raise his knee up even higher, like up here. Just for fun, how would that look? Kind of like that. Another muscle up here. That kind of does. Actually, this muscle. Kind of do that. That fit in up here. I might still be getting the view wrong, but it's something like that. Also, that sword is really annoying me. I am going to change it. I still want it to be pretty thick down here. In fact, we might kind of do something like that. I do want it to have some sort of guard. So maybe it's this portion. And that needs to be thicker. I think that's one of the problems. So apparently that might be Top of the sword is actually going to be up here, which means it starts splitting off. And we'll say it's like right there. Should look something like that, if I got the view right. You know what? Just for kicks, we can put something that makes it look like there's rubies or something in that part. In fact, that would actually be that something's over that. That could be decorative. No, I like it better than the last thing I had, which already means that's good. Right. Of course, that would actually come to some sort of something like that. Or, actually, it might do something more like that, geometry-wise. Okay. Let's actually put this daughter's face more upright. Okay, so that, let's see, clavicle is right there. Turn around so I can see. Okay. Just like that, actually. Okay. Getting too invested in some of these fine details I don't need to be. Okay. Alright, hand. It's going to come out, not so much on that side. And then come in. That's that part. Knee is placed correctly. little back there. We'll just put a little bit of a thingy. Okay. Alright, so if the heel is there, so I'm going to do kind of that. And then that's that top of the foot right there. Alright. Short swords, or maybe an extra large daggers. Alright. Could we make these look cool? Absolutely. Are we? Well, I'm me, so maybe not. I mean, we're going to try our best. But some people might just be like, don't quit your day job. Or get a day job. And that would really hurt my feelings and make me cry way more than I actually do. And that would suck. Let's see. Boom. Boom. Okay. There's the handle. Alright. Let's make these a little curved. Ooh. Let's do something like this. I don't like this all that much. In fact, where's some more of that? I don't mind the curvature of that blade right there. I want to bring it in more like this. Maybe something like that. I like that. Yeah, I do. Okay. Other arm. Okay, let's go back like that. Her elbow. She's gonna grip like that. Something about her thumbs. Alright. Except her hands aren't gonna be that small. Yuck. But I'm gonna try to match these. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna be something like that. And then the guard is gonna be something like that. Oh. Well, it's gonna hide a lot of that. Let's just put the other leg coming up like this. Right. Let's put that heel right there. Still on the outside, but it's still gonna be somewhat of a side profile, but not as much. So we still need, okay, so the top of her foot would be right about there. All right. I don't like how that's turning out, but I really don't like how that turns out. Yeah, that just looks so weird. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. All right, we're gonna that to that. All right, so if I know I want it, bottom of the foot is gonna do something like that. Toes are gonna come out like that. So that top of the foot, just gonna start about here. Actually, I think one of the problems is I'm trying to make that foot go out in that same direction when it should be pointing more up. So let's try that. Heel. Oh man, except to make the heel do that. Oh yeah, her foot would have to do something like that so that this part of the foot can come down. You know what? For now, I'm just gonna hide this leg because that is what a good lazy artist would do. Okay. Now, that. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna give some of these people ears. Now that I'm actually putting stuff on top, it's like, oh man, I drew everything wrong. This is why it's important to get the proportions and stuff down early. And learn them in the first place. Okay. Although this isn't going to be too bad because this is kind of what I was thinking. Boom. Boom. Knee. Elbow. Actually, think I'm going to draw the hand right there. Just humongous gloves. Put some knuckles in there. And that way, oops. I'm probably going to draw some cool heavy armor for her to wear because I think that would be one. I think it would actually look kind of cool, and two, be a little bit humorous if they chose her to have the heaviest armor. So you just had this really heavily armored kid launching herself into battle. Let's see, this arm would go back. Her hand would actually be right up there. So 1, 2, 4. That hand is probably too far back, but it still gives you the kind of impression that I was going for. Alright, knee. Foot's pretty much going to be hidden behind her. Not. This time I am going to draw wings, but only because they're kind of the main. They're one of the things that I want to show that's boosting her into battle. So we'll just put some simple feathers at first. Then it turns into launching her. I'll actually draw some. Beginnings of. She's getting launched like a rocket. And I might be close enough. I think then I'm just gonna go over some of the details a little bit. And the wings could actually be smaller, and in fact, I think what might look better than these wings is if the wings themselves look like they were, you know, oops, something like that, maybe. Yep, I'm just going to go in here now and kind of go over some parts that I think are just like outlining certain things. Like, okay, there's his arms, face. We want a clear distinction. Like so. That doesn't seem to fit correctly, and I'm going to really have to study the back while they choose what they won't. I don't worry too much about that. Oh yeah, you could do a little bit more. abs would be, yeah. She probably should have smaller feet. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit too. Oh, we didn't ever actually give her eyes, or the guideline for where the eyes will likely be. I apologize. I probably won't put music in this one, just because it's just a sketch. I'm not sure I care enough to go. Well, maybe I should care enough. Makes me sound like I'm such an uncaring person. And I do care. Or do I? I think one of the reasons I have never made it as a pro, well, one, I have a lot of interests, but I enjoy the process so much, and to be really profitable and a good artist, you gotta learn to work quickly, and that I never enjoyed just trying to speed through something. But I can't say that like speeding through, well, learning speed is not a good thing. It actually is very invaluable. I wish I'd learned that very early on. Not that it wasn't taught to me, I just fought it. And I guess you could actually argue I'm probably still fighting it. Like, a lot of artists will probably be done with this process already, and I'm liking this actually. I don't want to stop. Okay. I like that already. Let's clean this up some more. Like, what the heck is going on there? I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. It's a sonic boom. It's a Hulk boom. I don't know. Just forget I said that, please. No, that makes it look like she's muscular, and she's a kid. We don't want her being like real muscular. In fact, man, it's fine. It is fine for now. Stop it rigging. You're gonna make more work for yourself. Just learn from it. Technically, that knee should be behind this one since I was drawing everything kind of almost parallel up here. But that leg should have been more like that, coming out from there. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. And we do want some more definition here just to see, like, to show what's going on. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Again, I'm not going to switch it for now, but I just noticed something. The hands don't match. The It looks like he's almost bending this. This hand should have been more kind of like this across it down there. There's really no way to salvage that right now without taking a lot of more time, and I want to get this sent off to the family tonight. And I don't think it's that big of a deal. Again, this is just layout. Just showing them layout. Not trying to get the exact composition of all the bodies correct right now. Ooh, again, I forgot the eyes. Golly. Glad people can't fire me on the spot for leaving out stuff like that when I'm drawing. Again, this should have been probably higher. Yeah, probably okay with that. Let's fix some of this. Legs. Her neck is really long. It probably shouldn't be that long. It'll be fine for now. Womp womp womp. Honestly, I probably should have drawn her other leg like that. And that way, her foot would have been... Yup, that's what I should have done. I'm glad I went back. And then just call this good. Her leg should have done something like that. Come up like that. And foot back there. Because things... Hey, I've got a calm dog that's trying to pay me a visit. Hello, Maverick. Uh-oh, I said his name, so now the other one's coming. Hi, Mingo. Okay, well, I guess it's time to take care of the dog, so let me just make a couple more dark lines. And I'm going to call this good for now. And if you watched this long, golly, man, you need some kudos. You need $1 million to put up with all that crap. Alrighty. Let's take a look. I'm happy with that. All right, I'm going to get this sent off and we'll see what the client's thoughts are.